Ramblin man here. Okay, so how many of y'all watched like anything on the internet just checking out Eminem? Any of y'all? So I when I think I joined the army in the year 2000, and at that time, I was going through there towards the latter end of 2000, early 2001 is when I joined. So, and the popular song from Eminem was Slim Shady. Okay, now Generation Z. So this starts out like Generation Z starts out like in they're born like in 1999. That time frame. And so with that being said, they're the youngsters. Their oldest ones right now are like 22 years old. And they've just started this thing about canceling Eminem. Now I want y'all to think about, real quick before I get into that, think about when Eminem first came out. I remember parents were up in arms like, oh, he just talked about so much crap and da-da-da, and the government was against. And what did Eminem do? He just kind of voiced it and said, man, screw y'all, and came out with all these things and just bashed people and became even more popular. Okay? I, for one, now, like I said, I'm a Christian man, that kind of thing, but let me tell you, just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I don't appreciate skills. This man is highly skilled in his ability to rap, okay? But also think about that all these people, like the Generation Z, that they're a lot of the ones that put they're a lot of the ones that put Biden into office, right? Because they're going off of, because of this and that, and they go on these tirades of what they believe is correct or right. But even though in the world we live in now is so different, I think a lot of it is ignorance or lack of understanding, right? So that being said, let me tell you what song, why they're trying to cancel Eminem. Okay, the song they're referring to is, when Eminem collaborated with Rihanna. This is in 2010, and it talks about, that if you try to leave me, that I will tie you to the bed and set the house on fire. These are the lyrics they're talking about. Now let me just tell you, because they said they're full of hate and that he's full of hate and homophobia. Here's the problem I have. So, are y'all just looking for something to try to get rid of? Because we're talking about, we're in the time that Cardi B wins Song of the Year on the Golden Globes and things, right? I mean, like the Golden Globes, I'm not sure. But she wins Song of the Year. Cardi B does. And let me tell you about her two songs. You have WAP, which stands for Wet Ass, you know what I'm talking about. And the other one is called Up. And it's terrible. I mean, terrible. Dropping the N-word every few seconds. Half her body's hanging out. She barely covers her nipples up. I mean, it's ridiculous. And these are the songs that this generation is like, oh yeah, we love Cardi B, but we're out with Eminem. That's why I'm having a problem, because it's like the whole old saying, before you go pointing the stick at someone else's eye, the splinter in someone else's eye, look at the freaking huge 2x4 in your own. You can't go after one without going after the other. Why are we praising Cardi B, but you're slashing against Eminem? I don't understand. So right now, the big thing is right now, if you look it up anywhere on there, put on there, canceling Eminem. And don't worry, people. For all you people that are like me a little bit on the heavier side, we're not getting rid of the chocolate, candy-covered chocolates, M&Ms, okay? Because I don't want y'all to freak out. Eminem, the rap artist, okay? But the millennials are going against the Generation Z, calling them babies, which is funny in itself too. This whole thing is crazy. And I remember one of them said, "You're going after him for these lyrics. Slim Shady and some of his other stuff is so much worse, and you're going after him because he said he was gonna, if you try to leave him, he's gonna handcuff you to the bed and set the house on fire. This is what you're going after." So these battles, these little spiffs back and forth, Y'all need to figure out what y'all are doing, because this is crazy. Every day you're giving me freaking content. Content after content after content, because this is freaking nuts. And for a person, okay, I'm 45. And I'm telling you right now, for me looking at this going like, this is crazy. The stuff that we were talking about, weird stuff, but it was never like this. Like our worst thing was, I don't know. I can't even think now. If you start thinking back to what kind of things we had issues with, nothing like this. The worst we could have is Ozzy Osbourne because he bit a head off a bat. These are the things we dealt with, and we're like, oh, that's gross. But these people are talking about canceling somebody out. We already tried to work on canceling out Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss. So now we're going after Eminem for some lyrics he did 11 years ago. I know he still makes music, but not like he was then when he was top of his game. I mean, come on. He's getting older too. Now he's sitting at home going, I don't care. Every time y'all bring this up and y'all play my tunes, I'm getting paid. So just look it up, because this stuff is just crazy to me. That we have people we're giving awards to Cardi B, but we're trying to, the Generation Z, kids, pretty much, babies, are trying to cancel out Eminem. Because all of a sudden they're worried about being too violent. Shut up. Just shut up already. I'm so tired of all this cancel culture. We didn't even have the word cancel culture until like a year or two ago, and now it's a normal thing. I didn't know what cancel culture was until we created it. It's terrible. Stupid. Quit canceling crap. If you don't like it, just don't start it. Which should be one of those things, don't start it culture. How about that? Jeez. Well, Eminem, I hope you're all right making all that money when people keep looking at all your stuff. Hey, this is, like I always say, bad publicity is good publicity. So good job, Eminem. You're back on top again in no time at all, because Generation Z, they're a bunch of morons. Ramblin' Man, out.